I'm Barbara with New Mexico Allies for Advocacy here in New Mexico. And with me tonight is several of the New Mexico board members, as well as stakeholders. And we're excited to celebrate and congratulate our December Helper During COVID Award. This is a cash award that the New Mexico Allies for Advocacy came up through a process of having a GoFundMe page, as well as an opportunity to receive nominations from all over for people they feel who have gone above and beyond the call of duty in working with people with disabilities, especially now during COVID. So what we want to do is we want to turn it on over to one of our nominators, and her name is Carolyn. So Carolyn, go ahead and tell us a little bit about who you are and why you nominated our COVID winner, our Helpers During COVID winner for December, Shelli. So go ahead.
I'm Carolyn. I am the owner and director of Expressions of Life. So DD Waiver residential support program here in Albuquerque, a little bit of southern New Mexico, and then down into the northern parts of Taos. And today we wanted to acknowledge Miss Shelli for being an awesome caregiver. She pretty much stepped up to the plate really quickly. During the onset of COVID-19, we all had to stop what we were doing and think really fast. And obviously Shelli was able, with her daughter, to change the focus from going to work at Sonic, being busy in our day programs and the normal routine, to how they were going to make their efforts be a contributing part of the community. And so not long after COVID started, I got a call from Shelli, and she said, my daughter and I have decided to contribute to the community, and we will be making masks to stop the spread of COVID-19. And so we went over and picked up a good bundle of masks, started spreading them out to all of our other caregivers and our recipients, and that kind of started a pattern of things going. So that with her ingenious and her creative attributes that she always has, she can think out of the box and help her daughter just, you know, do some things that can contribute to society, be an active member, and keep her mind, body, and spirit going.
Oh, that is awesome.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think one of the other things that, you know, made that really important is that there is a family member that is immunocompromised at home. And so this mission for both her and her daughter became extremely personal for them as well as for the community.
Well, that is fantastic, Carolyn. And so any comments or questions from the New Mexico Allies for Carolyn?
This is Joan. You were talking about how you were starting, was it a respite program over?
What we've actually done is we found that those with developmental disabilities, when it comes to the terminal time in their life, if they have a terminal diagnosis, they were being put into hospice programs that weren't really customized towards the special needs that they had. So I've developed a hospice, so end-of-life care that primarily focus for the customized care of our developmentally disabled.
Oh, that's fabulous. It's good news.
Thank you.
This is Shauna. I just want to say that you did an excellent job and that you guys are remarkable.
Well, thank you.
And you're doing a remarkable job. Keep up the good work.
I want to thank you for nominating someone and for Shelli to, you know, come up to the plate and help out. I know caregiving, I've been doing it for the last several months with my mom, and I know it's Jeannie has more and more needs. And if you have someone with developmental disabilities, I could see where you'd even have to be even more patient. And I thank you for what you're doing and for your nominee. And, you know, during this pandemic, those masks are so very important. And thank you for stepping up to the plate to make them for all people who needed them.
Thanks, John. Anybody else have a comment? Anybody from New Mexico Allies?
Carolyn,
Go ahead.
Does COVID make you frustrated?
It does make me frustrated. Yes, it's very frustrating, and sometimes it gets you really depressed. But I guess you have to think of the positive things, like meeting you today, because without COVID and Shelli making these masks, you and I would have never had a chance to cross paths and make a new friendship.
Yeah,
That's great.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so impressed that that you made masks, Shelli. I struggled trying to make some masks at the beginning, but for you to go and do that for people in the community and people that you work with and people that you love is such an honor for them. I feel honored to be able to meet with you, and I just feel lucky that our allies is doing this kind of award for people during COVID. You don't hear much about the people who really make our lives more livable, and you're doing that for us. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
Well, why don't we go ahead and turn it over to you, Shelli? Did you have anything
Okay.
you'd like to share about yourself and what you do?
I take care of my daughter. She lives with us. And my other daughter is a costume designer. And when COVID started, luckily she had a ton of fabric because you didn't go out to the store,
You couldn't
didn't do
go.
anything, right? So she decided some of her friends were nurses and they needed masks desperately. So she recruited both my daughter and I. She helped trace out the patterns. She cut the patterns. As we were sewing, we had 3 sewing machines here because my sister was here helping sew also. And so we had a big production line of people cutting and sewing and turning, the masks inside out. And then we ran out of loops for the ears because she didn't want to use elastic because the nurses were saying that it was rubbing the back of their ears raw. So what she had done, she's got 2 girls, and she took some of their old tights and cut them up, washed them and cut them up and used them for loops because that was
clever.
much on the ear. I had seen Carolyn had come over and we had seen her, so I gave her some masks, and our friends around here. It was something that we needed to do because there was such a lack of masks available. And what my daughter had done is she had researched that there was a middle liner that you could use, the grocery bags, the reusable grocery bags, because they were non-woven fabric. And so that limited the amount of particles that would come through. And we would cut those out. And so all of them had 3 layers. It was good. And we're still making them. My daughter, she's recruited to help turn things inside out and to help cut and that kind of thing, but we are still making them. So she found a new pattern that actually has a zip tie in the middle, right for the nose, so it kind of keeps it off of your face. The other thing that we were doing is with the nurses and the healthcare people that my daughter knew, they made scrub hats for them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So they had matching scrub hats and masks, and that's what we do.
Oh, Shelli, you have a natural aptitude for creativity. Come on.
And you've got the spirit that deserves the honor of the hero, and that's
Oh,
what
thank
we're
you.
so honored to have you here.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for being our hero.
Well, thank you for the nomination.
You're
I'm
welcome.
humbled and grateful.
You're welcome.
You will be getting a check in the mail soon as well.
Oh, that's wonderful because we'll use it for more ear loops and
Oh, well, you can use it for a massage or Something nice, for yourself.
And thank you to Shelly.
I know, Jenna. How are you? Good.
Allies are having such wonderful ideas, and they so much need to and want to honor the caretakers who have meant so much to them.
Sure.
And you are really a hero to the whole community for, enabling all of us to get out there and be safe. I mean, it goes so far beyond your family and your agency, but what have you.
My husband had to figure out how to cut all the zip ties to the measurements and that kind of thing. So it's the whole family that we get involved with.
This is just fascinating, and I can't believe that your whole family got involved in this. It's really, I can see why Carolyn nominated you. This is wonderful.
The more you talk, the more impressive those masks seem to be.
Yeah, really, the buttons, the loops, everything you're saying. That's great work.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate it and appreciate the recognition.
Any final words?
I want to tell her thank you very much for making them, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Shelli and Carolyn. Yay! Way to go. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Our hero.
Yes.